Gooby had waited years for this moment. The early access email had landed in his inbox like a golden ticket. The full Insane trilogy and Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Months before anyone else. His PS5 sat ready, pristine, the controller almost vibrating with anticipation. Gooby didn't just like Crash Bandicoot, he loved him. Every spin, every crate smash, every wacky jump was sacred. He inserted the first disc, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. The title screen was familiar, but there was something off. The usual bright jungle background was darker, shadowed. The wumpa trees had jagged edges, and the clouds looked like they were bleeding into the sky. Gooby shrugged, assuming it was just an early access glitch. The first level began normally. Crash ran, spun, smashed crates, but then a low, guttural growl echoed behind him. Not the usual playful soundtrack, something twisted, distorted, like an old VHS tape playing underwater. When Gooby looked at Crash, he froze. Crash's eyes weren't right. The bright, cheerful orbs had been replaced by dark, hollow pits, glowing faintly red. The crates looked wrong, too. When broken, instead of wumpa fruit, they exploded into small, writhing creatures, limbless, screaming in a pitch that made Gooby's ears hurt. He nearly dropped the controller. As he progressed, the game became less like Crash Bandicoot and more like a descent into madness. Levels warped unnaturally, platforms stretched and bent impossibly. Familiar enemies, like Ripperoo and Dingodile, transformed into twisted, nightmarish versions. Mouths where eyes should be, dripping black ichor, claws scraping against the ground. The cutscenes were worse. Neo-Cortex appeared, but not the cartoonish villain he knew. This Cortex had a face that pulsed like raw meat, a gaping mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth, eyes floating above his skull. He chased Crash relentlessly through fiery tunnels, frozen landscapes, and worlds that seemed stitched together from nightmares. Crash ran, but the world around him screamed. Gooby's hands shook. He tried to turn off the game, but the PS5 refused. The controller vibrated violently, almost painfully, as though it had a life of its own. By the time he reached the final boss in Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, Gooby was sweating, heart hammering. The arena was a warped, red-streaked version of Cortex's lab. Neo-Cortex stood towering demonic, tendrils writhing from his back, laughing in a soundless, mouthless scream. The fight was brutal. Crash spun, jumped, dodged, and somehow defeated Cortex. But as Cortex fell, he let out a final screech that seemed to echo not from the TV, but from the room itself. Then the screen went black. Gooby exhaled, trembling. Relief. And then the game restarted. The title screen appeared again, but this time Crash was staring at him. The cheerful Bandicoot smile was gone, replaced by the same hollow, red-eyed stare he had seen throughout the game. Gooby dropped the controller. The PS5 hummed. The screen warped, twisting the room into the game's nightmarish version of itself. Gooby screamed, but no sound came out. Behind him, he thought he heard a growl. The growl from the first level, the growl of something that wasn't meant to exist. And somewhere, deep inside the corrupted game, Neo-Cortex laughed again. It was never just a game.